we can go into the AI chat. This one I'm really excited about. So this is the talking to ChatGPT and having ChatGPT interrogate SepaIQ to come up with answers to your questions. Because Tom, does ChatGPT know about my production process and about my production data?
No, in fact, I've tried that, and it just feeds me the formula for like OE if I ask it for OE.
Yeah.
And it does absolutely doesn't know. So
yeah. So the nice part is we get to use some natural language processing in order to have it understands what the question is. It understands how to get the data from SepaIQ, and it'll return that back to us. So I've got some copy pasted questions here that I'll post up. So the first one is, let's pretend we're a supervisor and we're trying to understand what was the production loss we accrued over changeover yesterday. So what this did is this went out to ChatGPT. ChatGPT said, it's asking about production loss. I've defined a production loss request in SepaIQ, and I've configured ChatGPT to go look at it. Whenever someone asks you for production loss, go execute this analysis against SepaIQ. And then we return the value. That's a lot simpler than trying to send them to a page to fill out a form, submit, have the results come back and try and interpret it. This is natural language.
you don't even have to like I had to learn QuickSight.
Yeah.
In that.
Yeah, it took hours. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to do that. I could just ask my question.
You can just ask your question.
Okay.
So I'm going to just pose a couple of questions. It's like, which material supplier has the highest loss rate in the last week? See, it took a little bit longer. It's sitting there. It goes out. It's doing the chat is talking to SepaIQ and returning all these results. So right here, we've got all of our suppliers, the quantity loss, and we can show you if you want to see it. We've got the ability to see these requests and how ChatGPT is hitting SepaIQ. Because one of the important things is that you want to verify that the data that you're getting is accurate. So I'm gonna, production time loss. I'm gonna pose a handful of questions, and let's see if we can say, how about, if this, again, for those of you who haven't used ChatGPT, this is kind of how you interact with it. It's got memory. It's not you ask a question, it gives you an answer. It remembers what came prior.
The conversation memory, yeah.
Yeah.
And are these like hard-coded into SepaIQ, Doug? Or?
No, they are not.
Okay.
Yeah. So after this, what I can do is I can show you SepaIQ and the configuration, how we configure the tools. We can explicitly say, I want to expose this request and these parameters to ChatGPT, and you give it a description and you tell ChatGPT how it's supposed to interpret that request. So, this is nice because you were demonstrating here the memory, and it's also shifting the time frame. So it's not stuck to a single time frame. ChatGPT knows what is the last 24 hours, and it passes in that time frame to us. So one of the nice parts is because it's just hitting against a request, what we're able to do is our predictions are a result of a request. So we can ask it to predict losses. You have to excuse that. Here we go. So here you see I've asked for a prediction. I had to build a page here, and people may go to that page and like that, but boy, it's a lot easier just to type in a single sentence and do it. So here what we've got is we've got ChatGPT using our predictions. This chart, you'll notice these percentages don't align. That's because these are percentages of the loss. So the values are correct, but the interpretation's a little weird. But what we're doing here is this chart is the data that was queried from SepaIQ that ChatGPT has returned the results for. So we have the text, and then we have a little extra verification. This is what SepaIQ ran.
That's what it ran behind the scenes and feed it to ChatGPT, yes. And then we're able to see it as well. Okay.
All right, we're going to see if this works. I played and paused our simulator, but what we've got is, now this next question I think is a really important one. And this is something that really, really excites me, and I know it excites everybody else I've shown it to. I'm asking it to chain information. I'm saying based on my current runs information, what are my predicted losses? So what ChatGPT is going to do is it's going to interrogate SepaIQ for the predicted run. It's going to take the result of that outfeed of that result, of that analysis and plug it in as an in feed to the next request. So it's chaining requests back to back to back. So it's smart in a weird way. We've put enough electricity through this rock.
So it's picking up the current product and other information for the current run, and now it can get those results back, fed into the next one, which was predicting what the losses were.
Exactly.
And this is all tied in with machine learning. It did the machine learning prediction and all that.
No code.
No code.
No code. This is the coolest part about it. It was shockingly easy to accomplish this. So I really hope you guys get excited about it. Now, one of the big problems with AI is it has a tendency to hallucinate. It has a tendency to make up answers. It always wants to give you an answer. It will, if you ask it coding questions, it will make up code for you that doesn't compile, that doesn't work. It'll give you methods that don't exist in libraries. It likes to.
And it doesn't tell you, oh, I'm only 5% confident this will work. It just tells you, yeah, here you go.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask it, well, what was the OEE for line 1 this year? I have an analysis that gives me a line 1 OEE value. And it passed in line 1 into this request. Now, what happens if I don't have the line? Now, in most instances with a large language model, it will make up that information. So we're in manufacturing. That doesn't work. You cannot have that in manufacturing. Right. You cannot have your analysis just making up information. Yeah. And you can see here it says, oh, we encountered an error. So it's not going to give us fake information. It goes out, it attempts to execute it for line 3, and we don't get an answer back. That's important. That is very important. Yeah.